Waire buya mwensi. Our Kristo waire buya. Thank you all. Please kindly allow me to use English. I'm here today. My name is Jimmy Omae. I'm actually the seventh born of the late Teresa Nyaboke Omoke. I'm here to introduce you to our great family and mom's clan. But before I do that, I would like to call up my brother, who's our elder in the family, to make a very special introduction to someone who is with us tonight or this evening. And then I can proceed with the program.
Hamjambo. Akina alili Teresia. But I loved her so much. I made a special request so that we could recognize Inwe Gabuo. Ningependa kuuliza sasa muachi yokelele. Hata ukikaa pale nje utatusikia vile tunazungumza kwa heshima. Niliona kuwa kwa sababu kwa heshima ingekuwa vizuri nimtambue mzazi wangu ambaye yuko hapa. Mmoja ameenda lakini kuna mmoja amebakia. Mama Beatrice Onyonka, my stepmother, she's here. She has come to bury my mother. She's there. She's a bit unwell. She cannot speak. But my brothers brought her from Nairobi so that she can see my mother being buried. I thought it was important that all of you know that she's here. So, Jimmy, you continue. And my mother has come here. She's with Elizabeth Onyonka. I don't know if she's there. She's with Timmy Onyonka. She's with David Onyonka. She's with Stella Onyonka. My brother Kiki Onyonka is in Nairobi, is a bit unwell. He doesn't travel so much. And I want to say that Bogeka community, with the chairman, Honorable, my uncle Dominic Mutindi, thank you so much for giving my mother so much respect. Thank you.
So thank you so much. I'll drift a little bit away from the right protocol, but all protocols observed. I first want to thank about 5 people who are very close to my mother. As you all know, she was very unwell until the final minute. There was a team that was taking care of her at a home in Nyamataro, and I think it was worthy, even though some may not be here, it is worthy to mention to them. And sometimes many of us leave our parents, our elders at home, and we leave them in the care of people. But these guys have done a fantastic job together with the family to make sure that mom lived up to the day she'd left us. So the first one is Nelly. Nelly is the one who has been taking care of her personal cares at home. She cooked for her, she laughed with her, they told each other stories. So we really, really thank you. The other one is a gentleman called Brian, who was taking care of our home. Some of you have been to our home, it's a beautiful place. Her and another gentleman called Omanga are the ones who've been taking care of that place. The fourth one is Simon, who's her driver. So he's the one who's doing the runs back and forth to the hospital, errands back to the grocery store. So very instrumental in her home as well. So you'll allow me to go through the eulogy, because it will bring everything together before I bring in the family. And with time, if time allows, I'll allow everybody to just say a word, and then we can proceed on. Mama Teresa was blessed with many grandchildren. Sorry, just give me a minute. It is with deep sorrow, but also with gratitude for a life well lived, that we mourn the passing of Mama Teresa Nyaboke Omoke, who passed on April 29, 2026 while undergoing treatment at the Aga Khan University Hospital in Nairobi. Today, we celebrate her life to reflect on her journey and to honor a woman whose strength, faith, and service touched very many lives in profound ways. She was born on December 25, 1944 in Kisii County to the late Anne Mora Onyego and Paul Onyego Ogwora. She was baptized in the Catholic Church in 1953, marking the beginning of a life that would remain deeply rooted in faith and devotion to God. Mama Teresa served as a banker for 32 years, starting in 1964 at Mobamba Farmers Cooperative Society and then Gusii Farmers Cooperative Society, an arm of the Cooperative Bank of Kenya. At a time when women's professional advancement was rare, Mama Teresa stood out for her discipline, integrity, and excellence. She served faithfully with diligence and professionalism until she retired in 1994, where she was attending to her farm. Mama Teresa began her education in 1952 at Nyaburu Intermediate School, where she studied until 1960. She worked hard and performed very well in her Standard 8 examinations, earning a place at Rangala Girls High School. Although she did not proceed on to high school, her love for learning never left her, and she later became a very strong advocate for education in her community and later pursued studies at Cooperative College of Banking in Karen, Nairobi. In 1965, Mama got married to the late Joseph Wills Omoke, and together they built a home founded on faith, discipline, and strong family values. She is today survived by 9 children, the firstborn being Honorable Richard Momoima, who is your super senator. The second one is Stella Mora. Third is Jackie Omoke, or Jackie Kwamboka. Fourth one, Judith Kerubo, followed by Modesta Kemunto, Evelyn Bonareri, myself, Jimmy Omai, Peter Monari, and Emmanuel Onyego. Mama was blessed with very many grandchildren and great-grandchildren as well. They have brought immense joy and pride to her life, especially in her latter years. These include Mora Onyonka, Papa Owino, Triza Nyaboke, Steve Momoima, Chris Oeri, Baraka Zachary Joe, Natania Nyaboke, Zachary Momoima, Miles Oeri, Craig Zachary, Jim Kaikai, Jim Great, Zachary Imora, Dream Clive, Laura Bonareri, the late Sean Mwangi, the late Salma Mudhoni, Trevor Kiyaka, Nicole Nyaboke, Jaden Angwenyi, Audrey Nyaboke, Kellan Joe, Kimberly Nyaboke, Zenia Emanuela, Ella Pamela, Lucas James, Ava Mora, Brianna Nyaboke, Josh Arasa, Joe Onsongo, Jasmine Mora, Michaela Mongina, Joe Wells, Jacob Momoima, Hudson Walter, Declan Joseph, Buckley Paul, Tristan Zealand, and 5 great-grandchildren, Veda Mora, Zane Mwangi, Zaina Mildra, Wade Maliki, and Starling Santiago. About half of those great children are Senator Onyonka's children. We all know you know. Okay, let's focus. Mama Teresa was born was a sister to the late Sister Damien Boisabi, the late Charles Peter Angwenyi, the late Priska Nyaribo, Clemencia Siro, the late Joseph Onsongo, Dr. Benjamin Akenga, the late Mary Sese, Francisca Mokeira, Lucy Nyang'au, Gladys Getugi, John Onyego, and James Kaunda. She was a daughter-in-law to the late Linus Monari, to the late Maclean Mogotu, and an in-law to Juvenalis Simi, the late Salome Mora, Martha Keuku, David Ayoga, Mary Kwamboka, and the late Agnes Nyatuka. She was an aunt, mother-in-law, and Koreda. There is no English word for Koreda. I don't know what it is. But for those who don't know, these are folks whose parents, whose children we have married from. Is there an English word for Koreda? What is it? No, it's not in-laws. In-laws, I've mentioned them. But, and she was a great friend to a very big clan and many of you. So after retiring in 1994, Mama Teresa returned home and devoted herself to family until 2010. When her health began to decline, she remained deeply committed to education and community service. She served on many boards, including Nyaburu National School, where she became a mother figure to very many. From 1998 to July 13, 2006, she served as a sponsor and treasurer to St. Luke's Kanunda Mixed Secondary School, and from 1998 to 2004 at Nyaburu Girls High School. Her support extended widely to very many institutions, including St. Mary's Girls Boarding School, Kenya Secondary School, St. Joseph Mixed Primary School, and very many others. She also supported many self-help groups, encouraging and empowering very many. And her home to date still remained very open to very many. Mom was the founding chair lady and person for St. Luke's, St. Luke the Great Jumuiya, and they're here with us today. Oh, St. Albert's, my apologies. St. Albert's. She's an extremely strong supporter of her son and always mobilized people who helped his campaigns. Mama Teresa was a devoted member of the Catholic Church and faithfully served the Nyaburu parish throughout her life. She was deeply committed to her faith and played an important role in the spiritual growth of her community. She served as a treasurer for 32 years in very many organizations, self-help groups, and jumuiyas as well. She was the chair lady of the Nyabitare Church Women's Group, where she promoted unity and empowerment among women. From 1998, she continued to serve in various church committees and charitable groups, offering leadership and support to the church. To date, she has probably sponsored so many children that we don't know. We would hope that you would come and tell us. She used to do it very secretly, same thing for the church as well. I think Bishop was asking where was she getting the money from. I think she was getting the money from us, but we didn't know where it was going. So we really support that cause, and it's a legacy, and in our own way and fashion we would like to continue it. So please come to us and tell us what she did for you. Mama Teresa remained deeply rooted in the Catholic Church, and on 18th February 2012, during the centenary of the Catholic evangelization of the Diocese of Kisii, she received an apostolic blessing from His Holiness, the late Pope Benedict XIV, who invoked abundant heavenly grace upon her and protection of the Blessed Virgin Mary. So just a brief history about how she was in her illness and the final years. She generally enjoyed extremely good health from the beginning when she was a child up to about 15 years ago. She faced many trials of peripheral artery disease and underwent many surgeries both in Kenya and in the United States with admirable courage. Throughout all the years of physical trials, Mama Teresa remained strong, patient, and deeply rooted in her faith. Despite receiving devoted care at Aga Khan University Hospital, her health deteriorated quickly, and she passed away on April 29, 2026 at 2:24 p.m. She was at the time surrounded by the family. I spent a lot of time with my mother, quite a bit of time, I think maybe a little bit more than the other family members. What you guys have done for us today is exactly how she would have wanted to go. She was grandiose, she was meticulous, she was clean, organized, proper, disciplined, and that's exactly what you've shown us here tonight or this evening. So we really, really want to thank you. So quickly, I would like to introduce physically my family. So if our siblings can come up. Yes. Just very quickly. So Momoima is our firstborn, and now our elder, our dad, and our mother. You know, he's your super senator. Stella Mora here, next to him, is our second-born, firstborn daughter of Teresa, and she is a nurse in the United States. Jacqueline Kwamboka Omoke, she is also the one that I have here in Kenya. She works for the World Bank. The next one is Modesta Omoke. I'll add them. The next one is Modesta Omoke. She's a dentist. She also lives in the United States. And farthest is Peter Omoke, also a nurse, lives in the United States. Now there is 3 family members who are not here with us. They're in the United States. That is Evelyn Bonareri, Judith Kerubo Omoke, and Emmanuel Omoke. So this is our nuclear family, so if you could please go sit down. Nieces, nephews, quickly. I hope I'll be able to get all their names correctly. Maybe Richard, you should show this part.